Hi, welcome back. We are once again dark room. It's starting to grow on me. I would like to make an announcement. When this video is posted, I feel why does it sound like a pregnancy announcement? When this video is posted, my Patreon has upgraded. It has launched. I talk about my Patreon as if it's like its own being. My Patreon now includes such brilliant things as early access to videos, exclusive videos, and monthly stickers. And to just top off the feeling of the slimy car salesman thing, subscribe to my channel for the chance of me astral projecting into your bedroom. I've never astral projected before, but I'm sure I can figure it out. If you thought that week 3 of peachtober was bad, week 4 and subsequently week 5, I wanted to quit art just entirely. Like delete my Instagram, my YouTube channel, go into the woods and just like forage for like berries or something. There's not a lot of good art in this vlog, so just prepare yourself for that. But I do give you some tips and tricks for how to follow through with an art challenge. So I hopefully that makes up for it. Good morning, welcome back to peachtober week 4. The prompt for today is truck, and not only will I be painting truck today, I will also be painting the prompt for tomorrow, which is snowflake. Why are you painting 2 pictures in one day? Because I'm crazy. That's why. So we are painting day 20 and 21, truck and snowflake. I have ideas, I have no reference photos, I have no sketch. That is what I'll have to start off with. And I'll get back to you. Now I'm doubting myself, but I refuse. No, we are not doing that. Today, it will be done. It will be done. I decided to use my easel. Didn't like it. I need like an in-between where it's at a 45 degrees angle. This entire month I've been hunching over my desk because I've taped down the paper flat. And then I decided like maybe it's better for my back if it's like at a 90-degree angle. But I didn't like how high up it was. So if the universe could send me like something in the middle there, that would be great. Thank you. My formula up until this point had been traditionally painting landscapes and then digitally painting anything else. If it didn't include grass and or a tree, I was doing it on my iPad. So I switched it up a bit. The focus in this painting was not landscapes anymore, it was a road. I painted something similar to this almost exactly 2 years ago. So I wasn't completely out of it. Because with the nature paintings, they are pretty simple, especially with the way that I do them. I like to paint like desolate landscapes and then place some random object in the middle. But now I needed to know how streetlights look. After accidentally almost placing my entire arm in my paint 3 times, I've changed my shirt. So we are now hanging out with Pedro Pascal. Paintings always have an ugly stage. And I unfortunately have a bad habit of giving up before I can get past the ugly stage. I am past the worst stage. I am past the stage where this doesn't look like anything. I don't know if I like the way it looks, but I'm going to finish it because what else am I going to do? And I know that at the end of this lies a landscape painting, which is why I know that this is worth it, because I get to paint a landscape painting afterwards. I feel really bad for her because she's really excited about the landscape painting and like she doesn't know what's coming. It hurts to watch back. I find it kind of hard to know how much detail and like how much attention to paint. Okay, I don't know how much attention to put into certain things. I mean, I really think what is like missing here is like the light. I have like the background going. That's done. So what I need to just is to add the light sources. What I'm honestly most worried about is the text on the sign. But that is something I will deal with when I get to it. That will probably be the last thing I do for this painting. So I'll just continue, I don't know, painting street lights, I guess. Sure. I'm over it. Nothing of this is making sense anymore. I'm just adding things that don't need to be here now. The only thing that is really upsetting me is the lack of like separation between, oh, maybe that was all I needed, actually. Like the lack of separation between the inside of the car and the road. There's supposed to be like a rear view mirror here. Guess if I just, okay, yeah, that is, yep. That was all I needed. Great. Cool, okay. That made everything so much better instantly. Impressive, isn't it? Yeah. I think with that trial, I have discovered that much like when I had to make the exit sign for Hatch, I think the text might need to be a digital component. Because this is not it. Alright, I'm back and we are moving on to Snowflake. I've had a break, I've had dinner, it was delicious. Compliments to the chef. I'd like to show you the the iterations we've been through. First one was this grey, sad nightmare. of a sketch. And then I made everything purple for some reason, did a new sketch. Now everything's purple, okay? Then I went back to my first sketch and decided to fix that one up instead, and everything is a lot more blue. And this is what we are working with. Most of my landscapes lately have had white suns and moons. It just kind of disappeared. So I think the bright red really contrasts with the blue and the purple. So we're doing a purple red. Genuinely can't recall ever painting a winter landscape, painting snow. So this, hey, this is fun for the both of us. I'm in uncharted territory. I'm getting real angry, if you couldn't tell. Why can't I get this fucking color right? What am I doing wrong? I think maybe I'm just stupid. I think maybe I'm the stupidest, ugliest, most talentless creature in the fucking world. Okay, yeah, I'm not fucking with that anymore. That can just be that. It's a stupid fucking painting. I'm just gonna get the fucking stupid moon done, and then this painting is done, because I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not. And now the moon is too big. Cool. That's great. That is exactly what I wanted. You know what? This might go on the list of like the worst paintings of peachtober. This is bad. Okay, no. I'm not doing it anymore. This is it. This painting has been one of the worst experiences I've had creating this entire month. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm done. I'm done. Good thing is I don't know if anything is gonna make me feel as bad as I did yesterday. Welcome back. It is day 22. The prompt for today is web. And while I work on web, I would also like to talk about how on earth do I manage to still keep doing this, even when it sucks. I am working on my iPad today because I think if I was asked to pick up a paintbrush today, I might end up using it to commit crimes against the human species. First of all, much like people who yap about like diet and exercise, it's not that much about like motivation as it is about like discipline, I guess. You're not going to you're not going to want to do this. Basically, when you announce to the world that this is happening, you no longer have a choice. Actually, not just tell people. When you've done like the first week, you feel an immense pressure to finish. Like what? You're just gonna, what, stop now? You've already done a week, might as well finish it. For me personally, a lot of it just comes down to you don't have a choice, suck it up. If possible, which most of the time it is, prep beforehand. If I was to do peachtober now without having done any preparations, I would simply perish. If you're using the prompt list from another creator, the day it is posted, listen to me, the day it is posted, you start prepping. This includes getting sketches done, finding references, all of that. Get it done before the month even starts. There is nothing worse than waking up and knowing that you have to draw something today and you have no idea. No idea what you're gonna do. And for the prep, I suggest setting a time limit for yourself because it is very easy to kind of get a bit too into it. I don't have a lot of sketches and ideas for the final 10 days of peachtober. Like what I am doing to the end of the month, that's between me and whatever God you believe in. I also implore you to be realistic with what you can do. If it's not possible for you to do a giant oil painting every day, don't aim for a giant oil painting. Especially if you have a life outside of this. If you work 9 to 5 and if you have kids, oh my God. It just happens that I don't have a life outside of this. And when I tried a couple of weeks ago, what happened? I got sick. Do not throw your entire life away just for a month-long art challenge. You need to know when to stop. Like yesterday, I could have probably pulled out another sheet of paper and tried something else, but I was just like, okay, this is it. And it would not be good for me, nor for the art, to be quite frank, because I would just end up resenting whatever else I created. Knowing when to stop, even if you're not like 100% happy with it, sometimes, hey, if you take nothing else from me, from this little spiel of mine, done is better than perfect. These are starting to sound like fjällvettreglerna. It could be nice to schedule time for it. I get my best work done early. Honestly, I wish I was a night owl. I wish I was more productive at night. I'm not. I get my best work done early. So I know that if I put off my drawing of the day until like 5 or 6 p.m, I am not going to have a good day. And also that's a nice way of like making sure that you don't overdo it. Last year, I had a limit to my supplies. So last year, I only worked with graphite pencil, which is, when I started drawing, it was with graphite pencil. So it's a tool I am very, very familiar with and pretty comfortable working with. If you, like me, have a bad habit of I guess supply hopping. And this can go two ways. You can choose to either go, I am going to use the supplies that I know for a fact that I'm comfortable with, and that is going to give me the least amount of grief. Or you can be insane and you can go, well, I wish I was better at colored pencils. Therefore, I will use nothing but colored pencils this month. And honestly, if that's you, hey, hats off. Could never be me. October, for me, is not the month where I figure out if I like a new tool or not. Alone that I find out that I love painting landscapes. That is good enough for me. I am not expecting myself to figure out that I suddenly like oil pastels or something. And if all else fails, snacks. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. You know what? Me being distracted and talking to you was probably a good idea. Because this background is eating. I've spent 17 minutes on this. So perhaps this drawing will be done in like 40 minutes. You know what? I deserve it. I deserve a quick and easy drawing after the absolute buffoonery that was yesterday. Sure. Sure. Who cares? Who cares? It's done. I'm done. Hi, welcome back. Someone commented, okay, shoulders, last time I wore this top, and I have not stopped thinking about it. The prompt for today is spots. It's also stripes, because I am once again, hey, twice in 1 week, I'm doing 2 prompts in 1 day. And to avoid the disaster that was earlier this week when I did 2 prompts in a day, I am working in my sketchbook. I need to rescind something. I know that I've said before, I've told you to yell at me if I pick up a new sketchbook without having finished earlier ones. I take that back. Don't yell at me. This is a sketchbook that I picked up. It is art creation, and I guess like my frontal lobe developed or something, because now suddenly I don't mind the cream paper. So for spots, I'm doing a Dalmatian. That was quick. I figured that one out real fast. Didn't really have to think about it. For stripes, I've been through tiger, zebra, skunk, ring-tailed lemur, and then I landed on fish. Fish are funny looking, and I either love drawing them or I absolutely hate it. I never know if I'm going to love or hate it until I'm in the middle of the process. So I guess we'll find out today how this is gonna go. I am craving a traditional drawing today. What I've realized is based on how, like, if I did a bad traditional piece yesterday, the next day I'm like, maybe I should pick my iPad up. And if I do a bad digital piece, I'm like, someone hand me a fucking pencil. Like, whatever gave me a bad experience last time, I want nothing to do with it. So to break that pattern, because the last bad experience I had was with Snowflake, I'm also going to see if I can do it quick. I want to do it in graphite pencil. I haven't been using graphite pencil this month, which last year all I did was work with graphite pencils. So I want to do it with graphite pencil, and then I'm just going to paint the background black because I love a plain old black background. So that's the plan for today. I will give you a better angle where you can actually see what's going on down here. This 2-day mission was much better than the last one. I think I was just being more realistic this time. Towards the end of the month, I'm just over it, really. Earlier in the month, it's easier to motivate yourself even when you're working with a prompt that doesn't motivate you as much, because you've still got gas in the tank. Why do I sound like a dad trying to give his kid a pep talk? Gas in the tank. Like I've mentioned, 2 years ago, I made my own prompt list, and I do think that gave me an upper hand. Upper hand, I say, as if anyone else followed that prompt list. But I could basically think of things that I want to draw and work my way backwards. Or I could think of words that really suit my artistic expression. And we all know how much I like to overthink my artistic expression. But when you work with someone else's list, you're on your own, kid, figure it out. Someone commented asking if I was bringing back the prompt list, and maybe I will. Maybe 𝐬𝐿𝐻𝐿𝐷 will make a comeback next year. That way I can avoid the chicken with his head cut off feeling that I had at times this past month. I like the dog, hate the fish. But what can you do? I'm not gonna redo it. So the drawing for day 25 will just have to suck. Well, I'll see you tomorrow for the final day of week 4. It's almost over. Can you believe it? We're almost done. Someone with a very thick northern dialect is talking on the phone outside. If you hear that, don't mention it. Welcome to the final day of week 4 of peachtober. It is the home stretch, baby. The prompt today is bear. I had a revelation last night. Bears live in nature. She's doing another nature painting. I'm taking inspiration from the Norwegian fairy tale. It has 2 titles. One of them is significantly better than the other. The one of them is The White Bear King Valamon, which is like, okay. The other title fucking slaps. It is East of the Sun and West of the Moon. Hello? You know, Asbjørnsen and Moe, they really knew what they were talking about when they collected those fairy tales. East of the Sun and West of the Moon? I'm not going to get into the fairy tale because it's not really important. All I want to do is paint a polar bear in the forest. I'm just using the fairy tale as like a jumping off point. The weather sucks, but life is good. So I get to finish off the week with my stupid little nature paintings. Another day. I was gonna say another sleigh, but it's more of another painting. But I do have a painting, and it's not... Hey, it feels like every single bus in this city drives past my house, genuinely. I have a painting, and it will go up on Instagram. Hey, what else can we ask for? It is a decent end to week 4. Oh my god, I'm done with week 4. There's only 5 days left. Also, The bear is like slightly off center, which is going to drive me crazy. What part of that was your favorite? Mine was where I called myself talentless and ugly. Next week is the final peachtober vlog. For me, intro outro low, which is a different person than vlog low, I've actually finished peachtober now. But peachtober low, she's still got 5 days left. Weird how that timeline works. Time is just made up. Maybe we all exist. Maybe all variants of ourselves exist at the same time. Who knows? I'm not a physicist.